Hey, what's up, everyone? So I said I would break this stuff down, the things that I wrote and that I've written during my childhood, and this was one of them. So if you could please decipher that, Kelly told me that she had deciphered what it. She realized, and just suddenly it made her think. She suddenly realized what it meant, and I would love to know what your interpretation of it is, or your sudden realization. It was almost as if this was written by my left hand, because I'm right-handed, and it was almost as if this was written or channeled through me. I used to get things channeled through me, and I would draw things and write things in a way that it wasn't necessarily coming just from me. It was from beyond, and I had this oneness with everything that I could not even begin to put into words. I could not begin to put it into perspective and relay what I felt. But what I wrote here was, it's different than what it is when it's not. This was written, I believe, it was in elementary school. That's all I can remember. I mean, it was second or third grade, and I used this notebook from then through 7th grade, early 7th grade. I do remember that. I used this book for many years, this booklet, this notebook. And I would draw inventions and drawings and writings and things that would channel through my mind, similar to the way Nikola Tesla would do. And even the prophets that wrote the Bible, they claimed got these flashes of information and flashes of light that God would send through them. And no, I'm not heightening myself to that extent, obviously, but I mean, I'm just stating that that's the way sometimes information can be channeled through people, through higher sources, through things like that. But anyway, this right here, someone told me it reminded them of binary, made them think of binary coding, that statement. And that's not my name. I mean, that's not how you spell my name. That's my daddy's name. But still, it's the way I wrote this. And then I said, information made 1994. Well, that would be the year that I was born. And it's almost like stating that's when my information was made. Now, I don't know what. Maybe something was talking through me. I really don't know. And then this is the thing. I didn't get internet until 2009, and it was dial-up at that time. It was very slow, and then we transitioned over, and we got regular internet, which was on the DSL phone line. And then in 2010 and 2011, they transitioned over to a different type of internet, and then they transitioned us over to fiber optics cables, and then that's when the 300 megabits per second after 2013 took place. Actually, 2016. We had 25 megabits per second. We were lucky to get 25 in 2013. I think the maximum was 12 in 2013. The 14, maybe 25, and then they upped it to 30 in 2015, I think. And then this past, I think January, February, March. It was about April time when they upped it to 300 because of a flaw. A mess up they did that we discovered. So I didn't have internet until, at least that's not even related to this. I didn't have internet until 2009, and I said, when I wrote this in elementary school, which was at least 2003 or 4. So years before, I didn't even know what the internet was in elementary school. I said name, and then I said information made 1994, and I wrote this in a way that looked like something was being channeled through me. Put on internet and discover, and then I don't know what I was saying. Discover, put on internet. How would I have known? Something was channeling. Maybe it was telling me I was going to put this on the internet. I don't know, and that's what was so incredible about this. And then you can see that I wrote a D, but then I made it with a slash through it, like that. And it's sort of like. And then internet, and I wrote N, a letter N, internet. And then that dot right there maybe was partially an I. And I said, put on internet and discover And then I said totally in December through October. Which are like 10 months, 11 months, I don't know, 10 or 11 months apart if you count if you count the month of December with January, that would be 11 months apart. But if you count just January, it's 10 months apart. So I don't know. I don't know what this is about. But if you have any insight or information on what this could mean that I wrote, and I don't even remember how or why I wrote this, but just let me know. Again, that's one of my inventions right there that I drew to it, how it suctions the sickness out of the body. It takes the illness, the bad bacteria, and the sickness out of the body. The bad bacterias. This was an invention for, I'm just shortening all of this, for getting rid of, destroying asteroids that could threaten the Earth. And it was, and then I wrote 22,012. Now that I still don't understand. Which would, interestingly enough, be, which would be 20,000 and 6 years, 20,006 years from 2006 when I wrote that. And then this I wrote something about gamma ray bursts.